Hello, future engineers. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here is another video on these two examples. I hope that these two examples on 2D truss will enhance your skills analysis of 2D trusses. So here's the first problem. Determine the bar force of members marked as 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. The value of P is 20 kilonewtons. So these red arrows are reactions, and this S1 here is the force of member 1. Remember, a truss member is a two-force body, and we always assume that the member is in tension. So that's why it's away, directed along the axis of 1. This angle is inverse tangent of equal to this angle also. 3.6 divided by 9.6. 2.4 times 4 is 9.6. So inverse tangent of 3.6 times 9.6 is 20.556 degrees. Since these are equally spaced, that means that this is half of 3.6, 1.8 meters. This is also half of 1.8, so 0.9. 0.9, 1.8 plus 0.9, 2.7 meters plus 0.9, 3.6 meters. So summation of moments about A, without computing these reactions, we sum up moment about A. So these reactions are not involved. Reaction components are not involved. There are two components, horizontal and vertical, but the vertical component of S1 passes through A. So considering counterclockwise positive, S1 cosine of 20.556 degrees, the moment arm is 3.6, then equals clockwise moment 4p times 6, where 6 is 2.4 plus 2.4, 4.8, plus half of 2.4, which is 1.2, that makes it 6. You can also individually compute the moment of each of these forces about A, but remember the principle, you can represent this by a single force known as the resultant acting at the geometric center of the loads. So that's why it is here 4P, because there are 4 P's. So 4P times 6. So equals 4P. P is 20 times 6. So substituting P equals 20, you'll get S1 equals 142.4 kilonewtons positive. So that means it is tension as shown. Then to solve for S2, if I call this member A, the force of this member is equal to force of member 2 or S2. You can compute the force of this member if you isolate this joint and draw FBD. So summation versus y, you can solve this. Then summation versus x, you can solve this, which is equal to 2. But I'll apply method of sections. So I cut this portion, and there are 3 members that are cut. This is now the free body diagram as shown here. And remember, this is 0.9. So these are the other 2 members represented by these blue arrows. So if we sum up moments about B, we can now solve S2. So summation of moments about B, clockwise positive. So S2 times 0.9. This has no moment, it passes through B. Then plus, because this is also clockwise, P or 20 times 2.4 equals 0. So S2 times 0.9 plus 20 times 2.4 equals 0. So S2 is negative 53.33 kilonewtons. So negative means it is a compression member. Next, S3. To solve for S3, we cut this part here. This is now the free body diagram. The other 2 unknowns are S4 and this blue member here. Then this blue member and S4 meet at C. So if we sum up moments about C, we can solve for S3. Clockwise positive. Summation of moment about C equals 0. S3 times 7.2 equals 4P times 3.6. So 3.6, 2.4 plus half of 2.4, 1.2, so 3.6. So solving for S3, S3 is 40 kilonewtons. Next is S4, same FBD. Then member 3 and this member meet at D. This distance is 2.7 meters. Average of 1.8 and 3.6. Or I already mentioned 1.8 plus 0.9, 2.7. Summation of moments about D equals 0, clockwise positive. So S4 times 2.7 plus 4P, all forces are still in the FBD, times 3.6 equals 0. Solving for S4, S4 is negative 106.67 kilonewtons. Finally, for member 5, this member here, introduce this scattering section, then draw the free body diagram of the right portion. This is the free body diagram of the right portion, and in this free body diagram, only 3 loads are in the diagram. So the resultant would be at the center equals 3P. Then this is S5. Opposite to this is 2.4, then this is 1.8. So the angle here that S5 makes with the vertical is inverse tangent of 2.4 divided by 1.8. That's why you have 53.13 degrees there. Then we sum up moments about C equals 0. Uh, Counterclockwise positive. The horizontal component of S5 is S5 sine of 53.13 degrees. That horizontal there, then the moment arm is 1.8. The vertical component is also counterclockwise about C, so plus the vertical component is S5 cosine 53.13 degrees. The moment arm is 4.8, 2.4 times 2. Then plus 3P. 3P is 3 times 20. Moment arm is 2.4, of course, equals 0. So solving for S5, S5 equals negative 33.33 kilonewtons. So that's it for this problem. And there is the last example. I hope that you will learn techniques here on how to solve for the force in member AB, this member here. So you cannot find a joint where there are only 2 members, except this. Remember, CF is part of the truss, so this is a two-force body. So its force is directed along CF going right. Then, because D is also a pin and there are 2 members, we expect 2 reaction components, vertical and horizontal. So one idea is you solve for the force in CF first, then definitely summation forces Y, the Y component of the reaction at D is 30 upward, and the horizontal component of D is equal to the force in CF, but this is directed leftward. So knowing the forces at D, you may sum up forces Y equals 0, then summation forces X equals 0 to solve for these member forces. Then we will proceed to C, or at E, because there are only 2 unknowns, summation forces X 0 and summation forces Y 0. Definitely you can compute the force of these members here. Then you proceed to B, summation forces Y. You can conclude that SBC equals SBE. So having known the values of SBC and SBE, you can now sum up forces horizontal to solve for AB. But I'll present the solution in a shorter way. This is my way. You introduce this section. There are 3 unknowns: AC, BC, and DE. Since it is BC that we want to know, because after we know BC, there will be 2 unknowns left at B. So we isolate joint B at the final stage of the analysis. Then summation forces Y first to conclude that SBE is equal to SBC. Then summation forces X, we can now solve for SAB. So that's the procedure. That's the plan. Now to solve for the force of SBC, we need to find that point, locate that point first, O, the intersection of the lines of action of AC and DE, so that when we sum up moments about that point, we can now solve SBC, the only unknown. So to solve for that, for this distance x1, but O, this is also x1 because this is a square. So that's 45 degrees. The angle that DE makes with the horizontal is also 45 degrees. Then parts of the 45-degree angle, opposite and adjacent, are equal. So that's why if we call this x1, that is also x1. Then we have similar triangles. This triangle here is similar to the big triangle. So big triangle as to adjacent side. Big triangle, the opposite side is x1. The adjacent side is 3h plus h plus h, so 5h plus x1 equals h for this small triangle as to 3h plus h, so for h as to 4h. So cancel h, cross multiply, 4x1 equals 1 times 5h plus x1. So that's why x1 is 5/3 of h. Having found x1, we can now sum up moments about O equals 0. SBC has two components, horizontal and vertical. So considering clockwise positive, so the vertical component will have clockwise moment about O. That vertical component is SBC sine of 45 degrees, and the moment arm is 2h plus x1. 2h plus x1, that is x1. Then the horizontal component is counterclockwise, so minus SBC cosine 45 degrees. And the moment arm is x1, and x1 is 5h over 3. Then minus the moment of this counterclockwise, 30 times 5h plus x1. 5h plus x1 equals 0. So notice that h can be cancelled, so don't mind h, you just imagine they are ones. So solving for SBC, SBC is 141.41 kilonewtons. Then finally, at joint B, this is now the free body diagram, summation of forces vertical equals 0 or y equals 0. So 141.421 sine of 45 minus vertical component of SBE, which is this, SBE sine of 45 degrees equals 0. So SBE is also 141.421 kilonewtons. Finally, summation forces X equals 0 at this joint B here. So since these two are equal, we multiply the X component of this member SBC by 2. So 2 times 141.421 cosine of 45 degrees equals SAB. So SAB is 200 kilonewtons. So that's it for this video.